Celebration Radio at 100.5 KAMV, celebrating new life in Jesus Christ. I'm Dave Benton. Hey, Salinas, you're listening at 96.3 and in South San Jose at 100.9. Jamie Kimmett, prize worth fighting for. I'm Dave Benton, once again, 720, currently 56 degrees in Merced. KAMV weather, we can expect a chance of showers and thunderstorms throughout the day. 68 for the high. San Jose, rain with a high of 62. Newman now 58. Modesto 59. 56 in Merced. And good to have you along this morning. If you're just joining us, we have a guest in the studio. It's the new pastor of this Ain't Your Mama's Church, Pastor Craig Greatman, and wonderful getting to know him. Let's pick up now about how you just happened. Now, you've been at Merced, what, since last Wednesday? Right. 1 week now.
Right, since Thursday.
You happy to be here?
Absolutely stoked.
Okay,
yes.
well, we'll take care of that.
Yeah,
we have
place.
people join our church, and Pastor will say they're very excited. They'll say, and we'll take care of that. No, but it's good to have you here. Welcome, and it's fun introducing you to the Merced area. You've only been here a week now, settling in with your wife and 2 kids. But how did this connect here for this Ain't Your Mama's Church? Connect the dots on how that came about.
So last year, 2018, my wife and I took a break from ministry. We, after planting churches and replanting and just going, kind of doing the work of ministry in such a way that we didn't have a whole lot of breaks, and we had some hard replanting a church is very difficult. So that season in Florida took a lot out of us. We needed to take a break. So we just kind of took the year off and did some healing internally in our own marriage and in our own family, and had another baby, which was awesome. And in all that, we, came around August. I was like, well, I'm ready, kind of ready. My wife said we were ready to get back into ministry. And so just started looking around and where do we want to go? What kind of things we want to do? Who do we want to serve? And I had bought a motorcycle, and my wife kind of conceded finally, okay, it's okay for you to ride as long as you have some life insurance and stuff. I've been riding for a long time.
That's key right there.
Yeah. So I love you, Lisa. Don't worry. And anyway, so we're about the bike and just happened to come across this church on churchstaffing.com. It says, "This Ain't Your Mama's Church." I was like, is that really the name of the church? That's right up my alley. Looked into it a little bit. From Florida, and said, now this looks like this would be a really good fit. We sent my resume.
Honey, I now know why I have a motorcycle.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it took a while to get to get a call back or anything, but we did get a call back. There was some interest. The situation with the church and our personal financial situation, we couldn't get out to California the way that in a timely fashion for the St. Your Mama's Church. And so just so happened that also last year I did a DNA test. I was adopted. I knew I was adopted, and did this DNA test and found a man who neither of us knew we existed. I thought my father was dead. He turned out to be alive and well, and I found out through Ancestry.com. And yeah, so we ultimately connected.
Now, where was he at?
He is in Granite Bay, California.
Wow.
And yeah, I mean, it just,
that's awesome.
We talked on the phone. He flew us out to California, and on that flight, or right before that flight, I called This Ain't Your Mama's Church, and I said, well, it looks like we actually can get out to California. We're going to be here. And so they still hadn't found their pastor. I said, can I come down and maybe we can make an arrangement to preach and you guys could talk to me and stuff like that. And so using that, God had just used that whole situation. We flew out as a family to Granite Bay, to Sacramento, and met my father, had a beautiful reunion there. And we came down here, preached, and got introduced a little bit. Just thought, gosh, this is a great fit. The Lord had he seemed to bring everything together. And so while we were here, we got the news the next day that we were a good fit. The trustees of the church thought we were a good fit. And so from the moment we were here in February, just started getting ready for the transition to get back here to Merced.
What was that conversation with your father like in regards to your spiritual life. Did you have opportunity to share a little, your
Yes.
testimony with us?
Yes. It's a there's a lot of
I'm sure.
a
I'm
lot
sure.
of details there, but my father actually is also in recovery, my biological father, and so we actually went to AA. We went to an AA meeting together, and we talked about our DNA history, and then we talked about faith and how we talked about God in 12-step programs and things like that, and he was very receptive actually, and just it's hard to kind of qualify all that.
Well, certainly.
But
But that conversation did happen, and in God's sovereign ways, not only is that dot connected, but with Him, there's so many dots that He says, "Now watch what I'm going to do."
Exactly.
Because it's we read this many times where someone is healed or believes who Jesus is, and they tell their family, and what happens? Well, the household, they come to faith because they believe as well. So we just never know what's taking place. So I just love the sovereign plan of God.
Yeah.
If we just stay out of the way and just be obedient, man, all kinds of good stuff takes place.
Absolutely. So I'm still on mission with my family. I'm not sure if they're. He was raised Catholic. We'll see how that goes. I think God has a plan for him too. So we'll see.
Well, fantastic. If you're just joining us, Pastor Craig Greatman, new pastor of This Ain't Your Mama's Church. I like to say that. This Ain't Your Mama's Church. In studio, we're going to have another quick talk with him coming up very, very shortly. Good to have you along as well. Thank you for choosing to spend time with us. 7:27 now. Stars go dim. Heaven on earth on 101.5 KAMB.